I was born in Gap City's boyfriend. But I grew up in Gaps again. But there were pieces of my life where I grew up in other places, like Solan in Tokyo, where my grandma was teaching. So I was there for like a year or so. School, like elementary school, I was like at one daycare center. Then I was in like public school, so I went to Fulford Primary School, and then I went to school. Then I went to Marang, and then I went to Good Hope Senior, then I went to UB. So yeah, I was studying Bachelor of Finance. Yeah.
Men studied finance. Also, that's another thing to pick up on. I mean, he went to UB, studied finance. I went to UB as well. I studied media, and I'm still at UB. I'm about to finish. I'm doing my master's in media and comms. Yeah, and we are doing very high GPAs, 4.4s and stuff.
Bro, like I said the other day on Street Giant show, I was saying I'm a firm believer in like basically when I sign out from the world, when I step before God, I should be able to say, I explored every single talent that you gave to me. A lot of people always say I should be afraid of being like a jack of all trades and master of none. But I don't see things like that, like how I see things is like, if I'm talented in something, I have enough time to make sure that I can perfect that skill and make sure, I make the most out of it. So, which is why I'm into so many things like, the fashion industry. I run a modeling agency called X Models Agency. We work from kids to adults. We do both grooming and also, management. And then I'm also into the music industry, the business of music. I used to manage artists, but one thing that I noticed is that, you work so hard on, trying to uplift somebody and take them somewhere. Then as soon as, things start working for them, now they start listening to noises from outside. People say, you don't really need this person. These are people who are not there when we are working from the ground up.
That type of thing, yeah.
You will think about it this way. If you're going on a tour, we paid for that. If you got a radio interview and you need a piano to come do a live session there, we gotta go and collect that. At that time, you don't have a car. We have to go and take you there. We gotta get you close so you look decent. You know what I mean? But like when the money comes in, if let's say we make 200K, now people wanna get all the money. They forget that there's somebody who was investing in you, which is why we do percentages. We sign, everything with everybody. But people just become selfish after that. So I got away from artist management, got back into the industry of music. As an artist myself, I was like, okay, let me show these people what I could have done for them by doing it for me, and that's exactly what I did. Yeah.
I want to pick up on what he just said. I refused to do that because I know myself. I know that I can manage myself well. I can do everything, and this is a conversation we're going to let you in on it. This is a conversation that we had on tour.
Yeah.
Like he was telling me how he's tired of doing everything himself, and I said to him, I also do everything myself, from the graphics to the voiceovers to all the recordings to the art. So yes, it's good to be multi-talented, especially in Botswana, because everything is so expensive. And if you're greedy, a lot is not going to happen for you. So people are not open-minded to the business side of the talent, to the creative. Yeah. One thing special about Street Giant. So this is season 2, right?
Yeah.
Season 1 was in 2015. Yes.
Same judges.
Yes. The judges that you see are the same judges that were there in 2015 in season 1.
Thanks.
7 years ago. And the only new thing that we have is the different guest judges wherever we go.
And a bigger crew.
And a bigger crew because of growth. We've got a lot more cameras. Back then we had, was it 1 or 2?
Yeah, like
was 1. It was 1. We had nothing. Yeah. And I know I was doubling I was doing so many things.
Yeah.
I was doing so many things, and I think you guys got the opportunity to just see things behind the scenes. There's a certain kind of communication that happens even when I'm on the judge's chair. I'm doing it with the director, and she trusts me with when I say, no, let's not do that, because we've done it before. Back then, this one, and I'm so proud of him. Yeah, and it's with a lot of us, not just him. He was a judge. Mostly jive. 2015, 7 years ago.
Oh no, was that like 20? Was that like 20?
How old were you?
I think I was like 22 or 21 or something.
I was in my late 20. I think I was 29 and a half.
Yeah.
So for who? For me or for you? Okay. Yeah, but I was somewhere there. I think I was 30. No, I wasn't even 30. But it's the. Yeah, I was in my late 20s. But, what you're seeing now, it's... Oh, my God, I get... loyalty.
That's what I was... Yeah.
It's blue.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but it's basically... What I'd say is it's like family, like what you did mention. Loyalty, like it's basically like family. From 2015, it's like we haven't been like completely separated. Like I've had projects of my own, with my businesses where they could come host a fashion show. They'd bring like all their cranes, their cameras. When I'm shooting music videos, they could lend me their lights, expensive lights. You know what I mean? Like which shows the support we've been getting from Blue. Even post Street Jive from 2015. Like it's just been. Nothing but loyalty and love from the team. Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
I've been in the business. I've never like Latty, and I think that's why I love him so much. Even in 2015, we had really deep conversations around the industry because I could see the energy that he was bringing. And that's the same energy that I want to see even more street jive. Like, this is not a joke, guys. There are people like me who are living off of this thing. And people who, I'm going to say this, I know maybe you don't want me to say it, but people like me who are living off of that creativity, who are living off of the arts. I have my daughter at the Dow Academy. How am I affording that? And I just saw her.
No, check it out.
There she is. So this is a business. This is a business, and this is why some people are saying we're too hard on the contestant. But what is being too hard? But maybe they are lucky that people who have opinions on their craft, who can give them direction, who can show them, no, don't do that, do this, what. We didn't have anything,
There's some on a personal level, and then there's some, just people, me bumping into people like in shows like this. I mean, we've been to Churich Day, before that we're in Francistown, Serowe, Molepole, in the Kanye. So we bump into people, and people, you bump into somebody, and they just tell you, "Thank you so much for being yourself, for pushing the envelope, and not ever listening to anybody, who told you you couldn't do whatever you're into." So that is another way of, just showing people the way, never, selling out, and staying true to yourself. And then in terms of like things that are personal, is like under my agency, X Models Agency, we have what's called X Models Academy, which is where we do, for example, let me talk about something that we've done before. We had a confidence building and public speaking workshop where I had people from, I don't know if you know Toastmasters. Yeah, so I had a guest. His name is Cage from Toastmasters. He's the deputy, yeah, of the Gabs group. Yeah, so he came through. He was giving kids tips on how to do public speaking. We also had Mr. Mr. Miley from Abaning Films. He came through. He was just mentoring the kids and teaching them on, what to do on set, what to expect when you do, a TV commercial. Like all the aspiring actors and aspiring models, because they're so much into modeling than just, your runway. So yeah, there's like your TV commercials and stuff. So they were just mentoring the kids and just teaching them to have a lot of confidence. Because what I've noticed, these days, is that a lot of kids grow up with no confidence. They don't believe in themselves. They have low self-esteem. A lot of parents don't, help kids, develop their self-esteem from a young age. Just when you start off immediately, like when you try and do something that comes off as confident, they can even feel like you're being too much. So parents just start by, hey, stop doing that. You know what I mean? So now every time you want to do something that is out of the normal, the usual, now you start questioning yourself, and you start second guessing yourself and doubting yourself. So that is what we work on in terms of like mentoring the kids. Also, obviously the basic stuff, like the modeling, how to walk in heels, what to prepare for auditions, just yeah, that's what I think I've done so far. With the gigs that we get, when we do get, I could be able to extend and say, okay, here's the brief. This is the age group that we're looking for. This and that. Do you have that? Send us a couple of pictures of the kids or the talent that you have from your side. I think that would work way much better. I don't want to like commit to something. Yeah.
I think, yeah. I think that's pretty much what we do at the Art Lab. I mean, when you're talking of mentorship and me spotting someone and talent out of the blue, it's not. I mean, it's not by accident that you spot someone. On a personal level, I think you know who I am mentoring. I've mentored. I have a daughter. She is 14. She is with the Dao Academy Form 4 student, and she's a writer. She paints. She yeah.
Yeah, you did mention.
She draws. I mean, she draws better than me, man. But this is not magical. No. When this child was 4 or 5, when she started, how to start movements. Yeah, I gave her a walk. You know how kids like scribble on the walls everywhere. I said to her, Auspali, here's a wall for you. When I'm gonna give you that. And I was observing what she was doing, and then I started buying her stuff, to just play. For her, it was play. I was watching what she was doing. And out of all of that, I know she was my little experiment. I know she wouldn't want to hear that, but she was my little experiment because the art lab is what it is because of what I've seen. And I was like, but why isn't there a studio or a lab that can cater for kids or even Batubaba Dona? And we can just go there and just paint. I don't have to be a Picasso, but I can just paint, have fun, and listen to the music that I like, have a few snacks, and So that's how the art lab came about. So the mentoring part of it also comes to the point where I've done a lot of mentoring stroke charity under the art lab, where I've went to as far as Latty, where I've partnered with organizations here who deal with kids from underprivileged communities. So what we do is I come with all the art supplies and my friends who are into catering and whatnot, and we should involve next time. Yeah. So what we do is then we find a spot, or they find a spot for us. They sit there, we bring the art supplies, and then we do what we do at the art lab. Nothing less. Everything that happens at the art lab, we do it wherever we go.
Okay, let me say my first ever check under X Models Agency, because I started it 2015. I've always been hungry, bro. Even right now, I still do the same. I was this kid who would inbox every single artist in the country.
Wait, you never inboxed me?
I mean that was 2015. Yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I inboxed Juju Boy, I inboxed Scar, I inboxed like so many people, you know what I mean? So, and then by some funny way, it happened that Scar replied me, and he was like, I sent him like pictures of models, my page, my profile, because I was like, my stuff was proper, you know what I mean? So yeah, he saw that. Yeah, then he started calling me. You get what I mean? Yeah. Then he called me. He was like, "Yo, expect a call from this lady. They said they're looking for promo models, and I saw the message you're looking for that you offer promo models and stuff like that." So yeah, then I got the call, and I got my first job.
You got the call?
Yeah.
You got the first job?
Yeah, from Bartley. Bartley's through Horizon Ogilvy. It was like, it's like an advertising agency. Yeah. So that's how it happened. But then my second big check now, like, where I was like, hey, money can be made for real from this thing. It was through Atchup. Like, Atchup was like, I was talking, okay, the first job at modeling, it was like, how much was that? 20K. It was 20K at that time.
When was that?
That was 2015. That's a lot of money. I was like, I was 22. Yeah. I was like 22. That was a lot of money for me. And it was after a struggle where I was kicked out of home because they would say I should cut my hair.
Guys, I've been in this thing forever, but I can recall like the okay, so there was Maramoto, number one ladies. So I was an AD. You know what an AD is, right? I was an AD for Jill Score. That was my biggest film. Andre. That's how I got into film.
Sunshine.
It wasn't a lot, but it was a lot. The fact that I was Jill's AD, it meant I did everything for her, from coffee to whatever, to scripts and everything. And that's how she was a big deal. And that's how I fell in love with film. And then I think that was a big check in terms of, experience. But I landed on something very big. I voiced an advert for BTC. You were on that advert, on the visuals.
I was on the visuals.
I was on the voice.
Yeah, I was like over like 40 models.
Yeah, so I made a cool.
The money was made, I won't lie.
Yeah, because I could tell that those were your models, and he also this guy. He also casted himself.
No, they wanted
He
me.
was
I was
in
there as an agent, and then they're like, "Yo, but we like you. Look, you'll be part of this as well." I was just there as an agent. I wasn't there to be part of it.
So they were this project. They were rebranded,
Yeah.
and then they shot a TV commercial. It was a huge thing. I made money with that, and I just okay. It was a long time ago, but I think I made around 30.
Yeah, that's good money.
Around 34. It's not just a voice; it's a lot of work. You need to exercise. Yeah, but yeah, for a 1 minute commercial.
I don't really remember that how much I made, but I know from Achap I made 100K, and my expenses and paying the models was like 40K. So that was like a profit of 60K. You know what I mean, for the business, and it was a campaign for safe male circumcision. We were providing like 14 models for a period of it was like 15 days of working 3 hours, 30 minutes per day. That was a lot of money for me.
Are you trying to take a jab at?
That's it. Just name. Just name.
I'd like to work with Sony.
Sony.
Yeah,
Great.
Sony Music.
Tyler Perry for me.
There we go.
Ooh,
That's
he's
it.
on the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You see, because you see it and you know, sort of kind of like strive for it, isn't it? You thrive for it. But if you don't see it, and if we don't show people below us, they've got nothing to look at.
So Sony's in the music end of things.
Yeah, because I'm like I've been like in my whole career, like I've just been growing myself and also evolving with times. You know what I mean? So before that, like I was mainly like a vocalist in terms of like music aspect.
Yeah.
But then now, I started taking an interest in wanting to be a DJ. So I started investing my money. Every month I paid a very good DJ. To start. I go to his house in Pakalani every single twice a week.
There you go.
There you go. Learning. Never stop learning.
Growth doesn't stop. Learning doesn't stop. Yeah.
So what I do is I might not be like a producer in terms of making beats and everything and sitting down and breaking down everything.
Yeah.
But what I'm good at is executive producing. I got an ear and an ear for music and an eye for talent. I can tell, like I can see somebody and I can tell this person to be a star. When I hear a beat, I could take the best producer, take the best artist, take the best videographer, and market this whole thing properly and just come up with a hit. So that's what I do. But now what I need is a platform, a publisher like Sony that could take the music that I'm doing, because I have so much music with big artists even that are in SA right now. But the music, it's nothing unless it has somebody who can put it out there and give everybody that I have faith in this package.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like this can sell. So if I could get that, ain't nobody can stop me.
Where can people find you? What's your social media?
LATTY in capital letters.
There you go, ma'am.
Loretta Megkwe-Ferguson.
All right.
Loretta Megkwe and Loretta _Megkwe.
Have you guys heard of the Sword of Machudi?
Are you asking me?
Have you heard of the Sword of Machudi?
The Sword of Machudi?
Yeah.
Nah.
You'll find out soon enough.
I'm the actor.
Sorry.
No, but it's good. It's good. It's just that
And I'm the
we're
parent.
educating you. She's the parent. But yeah, we've done 2 short films that have gone global from the Dow Academy. We're not stopping. We're allowing whoever wants to go global with us. You guys can jump on the spaceship into the galaxy.
I have one question before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Why am I not casting your things?
Because you just started today.
Here it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us. TDA Tele-Radio. You can find us on www.thedoweracademy.org. Yeah, or go to @the Dow Academy on all our social media pages. I'm EMP, and this is Uncle Slim. Goodbye.
TDA Tele-Radio, straight out of Madrid.
The radio radio station you can't live without. This is your radio. #1 local station.
Them